What's the definition of a wasted life? Not becoming someone you were meant to be. That's a huge statement. And that's the source of so much depression with so many people, because they know they have greatness in them, but they don't know how to get it out and exercise it. You got to start with discipline. You have to first become disciplined. That will lead to the next steps in life, because when you become disciplined, you're doing things for yourself. You're putting away your bad habits. I went from training 4 times, 5 times a week to 7 days a week. I don't take any days off. No days off. That's huge for me. And I've been a gym rat since I was 15. That's 42 years. So you're never too old to learn. And the combination of scripture and the motivational gurus is so very interesting, because there's a dynamic to this self-talk. There's a dynamic to this tenacity to better yourself, because when you program that into your subconscious, when you're sleeping, it's connecting to the universe, to whatever you think, divine providence. I call him God. I know who it is. But there's a connection between that deep sleep and how you program your subconscious into things starting to happen out of the blue. All of a sudden, God gives you an idea. If you write your ideas down every day, put 10, 20 ideas down a day, maybe 80% of them are crap. But what if that one in there is $1 million idea or $1 billion idea? I've had them like crazy. I've got $1 billion idea right now. If I'm lying, I'm dying. So these things do happen if you develop it. Your mind is a muscle. Thoughts are things. We got to start taking and having more respect for those thoughts and your mind and how you program it and what comes out of here and what this does. This has the power of life and death. So use it for your own good. There's so much more to this connection. And people like Joe Dispenza talk about neuroplasticity, which, it's so true. But he's talking about the science of it. I'm talking about what God put in the Word about it. And it's saying the same thing. What your mind can conceive and believe, your mind can achieve. That's Napoleon Hill. That comes from the guru that wrote Think and Grow Rich. He interviewed 500 of the biggest moguls of the 20th century in the early 1900s as a graduate. That was his project. Andrew Carnegie gave him 1 hour of his time. He was there for 3 days. And at the end of that 3 days, Carnegie said, I'm going to give you a proposition. I want you to write my book. I want you to write it down as meticulous as a medical book. I'm going to get you interviews with the heads of Ford, Henry Ford, Pirelli, JP Morgan. He was given an audience with all of the moguls when the United States was developing far faster than the rest of the world. And he took what all of those people said and he made a book about it. What was the common denominator of all those 500 men that he interviewed? What was the common denominator? They all believed in a connection between your mind, your subconscious, and what they didn't understand. Perhaps some of them did. But Napoleon Hill called it the universe or divine providence. There's a connection there, a real connection. That what we do here goes into here, and when we sleep, it goes up there, and things start to happen for us. So learn to develop that. Dig as deep as you can. And become obsessed with becoming better. Become obsessed with self-improvement. I don't listen to anything other than that. I don't even listen to music anymore when I train. I listen to those gurus telling me all kind of things about a life that I'm on my way to live. So I hope you can take some of these little principles of how powerful your mind is and how it goes back all the way to God. This is the broke millionaire